Hi everybody, it's Thursday, slow flow class today. Just a couple updates, reminders that we have tons of classes online. I think Jillian said earlier that we have about 150 classes on our YouTube channel, which you can access through the Namaste website. So I totally encourage everybody to go on there, check out all the different teachers and styles. There is so many good classes to choose from, so enjoy that piece. And also take a look at all of the blog posts that are available through the Namaste website. It's just another tab there on that main home page that hopefully you'll find something that piques your interest while you're there. And it's a little bit better things to read than the news all the time, so enjoy those. And then the last thing, there is also a donation tab on the website. You can access it also on the home page. If you feel the need or want to share with us, the community here in this awesome studio, we truly appreciate it. We appreciate you joining us for all of these live streams and taking advantage of all the classes on the YouTube page. So enjoy that. Today we are going to need blocks. If you don't have blocks, books would work. And bolsters could be nice for today. If you don't have a bolster, you could use a sturdier pillow, or maybe a couch cushion if it's smaller or something like that. And we will be using a wall towards the end of practice. So if you want to make sure while you're setting up, you have some access to that. Or even like the edge of a couch could work. So what we're going to focus on is, with the blocks, with the bolsters, is using those to support yourself. I've had a lot of instances lately where I've had people that typically wouldn't reach out for help do that and reach out and, let me know what they need. And it's so heartwarming, A, that they think I'm capable of it, but B, that they recognize that space and need to say, you know what, I can't do this on my own right now, but can you give me a little bit of a support system? And then I also have, on the flip side, somebody else in my life where I had to pry, what was bothering them out, or, a way that I could be more supportive and helpful. And it's definitely happening to a lot of us these days where, we all need help at different times in our life. So being able to recognize that, notice it, and finding people that might give you that support, or finding things in your life and within yourself to give you the support that you need is definitely a special thing that helps you. So with that said, let's start the practice today in Balasana, which is child's pose. So we're going to bring our big toes to touch and spread our knees out nice and wide on the mat. I'm actually going to face this way today, I think. So I'll shift some things around. So toes touch, knees come out nice and wide. And I do have my bolster. I'm going to set it right in the middle of my mat here. And you can just start to let your hips shift down onto your heels and bring your hands up and walk all the way up. And you can press the bolster in between your thighs and just come on down and relax on it. Option one if you have it. If you just have blocks, you can place it right in the middle. Same thing, come on down and let your forehead rest. Different options here. Once you find that position that feels good, or those support systems that you have, pillow, bolster, block, take a minute to notice your body and make any adjustments. Maybe it's wiggling your hips a little bit. Maybe it's stretching your arms out a little bit further, or if you're using a bolster, maybe you want to just turn your head to the side. Totally up to you. And once you work out all the little kinks in your body and start to settle into the pose, begin to notice your breath. So turning inward, letting your breath, I'm going to lift up a little bit, but you're going to let your breath expand and contract through the belly and the diaphragm, and turn into yourself. With each exhale, maybe releasing a little bit of any thoughts that are popping in your head. Let the breath just come in and out through the nose, separating your teeth a little bit, even though your mouth is closed. And once you find that good rhythm of your breath, start to walk your fingertips maybe a little bit forward if it feels okay. Your head is still resting down on the block or the bolster. And then if it feels comfortable right now, the ball of your palm, press it in your finger pads, press them into the mat. Pressing your hips back just a tiny bit more. Stretching a little bit longer through the side body. Still noticing your breath in and out. And last breath here. On your next inhale, we'll slowly start to walk ourselves upright. If you have the bolster, you can pop it out of the way. And we're going to bring our knees in so the knees are pointing out in front of the hips. And this is hero's pose. Feels okay for me like this, but you might want to lift up and set a block, maybe 2 blocks under your bum, just to give you a little bit more space behind the knees. You could even roll up a blanket and place it under your knees so it gives you even added space there. So from your hero's pose, let's take a moment and notice hips are just underneath our shoulders. Head and neck are nice and tall, nice length through the crown of the head. Maybe roll the shoulders back and let your hands settle down on your thighs. Let's just take a couple rounds of cat-cow in this position. So with the cat position, you start to pull the back backwards and let your hands slide forwards towards your knee. Tuck your chin, really round through the shoulders. On your inhale, start to slide the hands up a little, squeeze the elbows in. And take your gaze just up a little bit. You don't need to stretch your neck too far. Exhale, bring it down, find your cat back. Inhale, come on back up to that cow. Again, squeeze those elbows together. And go through a couple more rounds to the pace of your breath. And last time, coming up, meeting in a neutral back. Stretch your arms out nice and long to the side. Drop the right hand, bring the left arm over. We're just going to take a little gentle side stretch here. Taking our gaze down to the fingertips first. Inhale, come to center and drop the left arm. Right arm comes all the way up. Again, gaze is down at your hands. Nice stretch through the neck on the right side. Inhale, back to center. Drop the right arm, left arm up. This time take the gaze just straight ahead. Maybe you can bring your right arm out a little bit further. And seesaw over to the opposite side. Gaze going straight ahead again. Find a spot on the floor, past your fingers. Inhale and exhale, last time. Left arm up, gaze goes up to the palm of that left hand. Your left hip is still pressing down. Inhale through center, exhale. Right arm comes up and over. So does your gaze. Nice long stretch through the side body from the right hip to the right fingertips. Inhale, bring your arms out nice and wide to a big T position. And we'll bring the right hand across your body. Left arm comes underneath. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. Pulling it across a little. As you inhale, you can feel your chest rise up. And exhale, bring the hand into the front, palm faces up, and we'll lift the hand so it comes up and over your head, and let it place right between your shoulder blades. Left hand can come onto that elbow. Just give a nice little pull. Shoulders are down. Inhale tall so the chest lifts up a little bit, and as you exhale, take a little side stretch here. Inhale, open your arms out nice and wide, nice job. Left arm across the body. Again, wrap that right arm underneath. Feel the shoulder. You can see I have it crunched up here first, but if you really relax through the shoulder and really let it soften down, then have it pull over. Still breathing. Inhales and exhales with that belly. And bring the arm out front and up and over, capping the elbow. And just leaning back a little bit into the hand that's between your shoulder blades. Your core is still engaged. Exhale, take a little side stretch. Inhale, back to center. Arms shake out. Nice job. Come on up. We're going to move the block out of the way. Actually, you can place it in front of you. We're going to make our way to puppy pose. So from a tabletop, we'll walk our hands forward. If you want to bring that block in to rest your forehead on, that's always a good option. If you're feeling good today and you don't really need it for this particular pose, go ahead and stretch your arms out, lift your hips up nice and high, and let your forehead come down to the earth. Turning inward, similar to Balasana, child's pose. Feel the breath lift through the back side of the body. Two more breaths here. Inhale, slowly start to come upright and making our way to a modified plank. Elbows are soft, create a nice line from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Nice length here. Find the strength in your arms. Pull up through the abdominals. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly bend the elbows and lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Arms are going to come out to a nice long T position. And you can turn your head to the left side. We're going to slide that left hand in so it's underneath our shoulder. And we'll kick up our left heel as well. Make sure the right shoulder is nice and soft. And we'll slowly start to push ourselves with that left hand and bring that left foot up and over so it lands just behind the right leg. So the left sole of the foot is planted on the earth, right leg extended nice and long, and you're pressing through that right heel. You have the support of your left hand helping you to balance. Maybe your balance feels really good today. If you want, you can lift up that left arm, wrap it around, and let it come to your low back. Keep both of your feet engaged, pressing through the sole of both feet. Last breath here. Inhale, and as you exhale, release that hand if you have it at your low back and place it down on the mat. And bring that knee down and come back to center. Left arm goes out nice and long. Turn to look towards the right. Slide that right hand in underneath your shoulder. Right sole of your foot goes up to the ceiling. And give a little wiggle to that left shoulder, keeping it super soft. Inhale, go ahead and push yourself up and over. Your left side of your face is resting on the mat. This right hand is keeping you supported. Both of your legs are engaged. And if you feel good, you can lift the right hand and bring it to your low back as well. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Release your hand if it's bound and start to unwind yourself. Bring both hands underneath your shoulders, curl your toes. Inhale, press up into your downward facing dog. Keep the knees super soft. Nice and bendy, walking your dog. Press the palms into the earth and lift the hips up nice and high. And take your gaze to the top of the mat and slowly walk your feet till they reach up. Make sure you have your blocks nearby. Keep them handy. Keep moving them around with you. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come through to heart center. Take a full breath in. And exhale, release. Maybe you want to find your blocks here. Hands are here. Head and neck are dangling a little. Knees are soft. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Maybe you come onto your fingertips. Press back through the hips. Let the crown come forward. Inhale, exhale, let it all go. Hands can come next to you, and we're going to step back with the left leg. Left leg comes all the way back. Your feet are on railroad tracks, and we're going to drop that left knee to the earth. Right leg's going to heel toe to the outer edge of the long side of the mat. You can even take it off the mat if you like, and that right arm is going to come on the inside of that right leg. Coming into Uttanasana, lizard pose. but we're gonna take our time. So we're making sure we have blocks nearby. I'm gonna shift and grab my bolster. If you do have a bolster, another option would be to take your bolster, or a sturdy couch cushion would probably work really well with this too, and put it upright, so on the short edge, and just start to lean over it. So it's kind of holding you up, hands are reaching, and you can almost tuck your arm so it hugs in that right knee to the bolster. So if that feels good, it's a really fun option, and it's a good way to support yourself. If blocks are what's accessible, come on to them. Feel the stretch through the front thigh. Feel the right leg hugging in to your arms. And as you exhale, maybe you want to bring your forearms down to meet the blocks. Keep an eye on your tailbone so that it's reaching towards the earth and your crown of your head. So maybe you want to tuck in your chin just a touch so the crown comes forward even a little bit more. Two more breaths here. And on your next inhale, we'll start to upright ourselves. Slide the blocks out of the way. And we'll bring that right leg back to meet the left. Move the hands forward, a handprint. Just press up to your down dog. Again, heels press back towards the edge of the mat. Fingertips are pressing in the opposite direction. And look forward and walk forward to meet your hands. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come through the heart, and we'll come into our forward fold. Blocks are still there. Use them. They're your friends. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale to release. Hands come down to the earth. We're going to step back this time with our right leg. Full legs length, get on railroad tracks. And then we'll set that right knee down. Left hand comes to the inside of your left leg. And we'll heel toe that left foot over. Find your bolster, find your blocks, slide them in. Taking your time. And you might need to lift and lower. This side might be have a little bit more space than the right side. So make sure you're keeping an awareness of the different parts of your body. And when you're ready, inhale and exhale. Let your forearms come to your blocks or stay upright. As you inhale, feel the backside of your body lifting up a little. Feel the squeeze of your left thigh coming towards the midline of your body. Maybe you can remove a block. Maybe you feel good. You feel supported. Then you can come down a little bit further. Last breath here. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift yourself up. Move the blocks over, keep them handy. And then we'll go ahead and swing that left leg back to meet the right. We're going to come into a tabletop position. I'm actually going to switch positions so you can see a little bit better. And from our tabletop, since I'm facing you, I'm going to bring my right leg out long. So the left knee is going directly behind, right leg is stretched out the long length of the mat. And we'll inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. This right leg, you're pressing into that pinky toe edge of your foot. Lifting tall through the hips, shoulders are just above. Full breath in and out. Inhale, lift all the way up, and as you exhale, bring your hands down in front of you and just walk them out a little bit. Drop your chin in just a touch so your gaze is down, and let your hips press back as your hands are going forward. Walk your hands in. Inhale to rise. Exhale, drop that left arm, right arm, drop the right arm down, and bring the left arm all the way up. Inhale, and as you exhale, maybe you want to stretch it over a little bit deeper and bring it over your ear. Inhale, come back through center. I told you you might need a block. If you want to place a block underneath you, drop that left arm so it's under your shoulder. Bring the right arm all the way up. And maybe over. Still pressing strongly into the pinky toe edge of that right leg. Inhale, come on forward. And exhale. Bring your hands forward again. Press back through those hips. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Right arm down, left arm comes up. Let your palm come forward, and it'll open up through the shoulder a little bit more. Exhale, come back through center. Left arm comes down, lifting through the right arm, pressing into that right foot. Exhale, maybe bring it over your ear, shoulder plugs in. Inhale to rise. Last time on this side, go ahead and bring your hands down, walk them forward, maybe come to your forearms. Press back through those hips. Press into that right foot. Inhale to rise. Exhale, drop that right arm. Maybe turn the palm up to the ceiling and take your gaze up to the ceiling here. Inhale, come on through center. Exhale. I'm going to move my block for this one. Come all the way down. If you would like, you can keep your foot there on the floor. If you prefer, you can lift through that right leg. Stretching everything out nice and long. Spreading your hands out wide, your core is engaged. Your right leg is fully engaged, and so is your left. And exhale, release. Bring your hands down. Come back to a table. And give a little wag of your dog. Hips go side to side a little bit. Take your block. Move it to the other side so you have it ready to go. And when you're ready, we'll take that left leg out all the way. Your right knee is just under your right hip. And since we're already down here, we'll just walk our hands forward. Again, press into that left toes. Press back through the hips. Feel it through the left inner thigh, that nice stretch. Inhale, walk your hands back, rise up, Exhale, drop the left arm. And reverse. Inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, drop your right hand to your block or to the mat. Left arm comes up nice and tall, maybe bringing it over that ear. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, come forward. Press into those palms again. Press back through the hips. Nice strength in that left leg. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, left arm drop. Really reach and feel the stretch from your knee all the way to your fingertips. And bring it back. Drop your arm and lift your left arm. Inhale, last time, hands come forward. Maybe coming onto our forearms. Maybe pressing in just a little bit into the palms, pressing the hips back a little bit deeper. Lifting the back through our inhale. Walk yourself back up. Inhale, tall. Exhale, reverse. Really opening wide through the shoulder and heart. And as you exhale, bring your right hand down. Start to fire up that left leg, lifting it off the ground if that feels good. Bringing the left arm up too. Pressing through the heel, lifting nice and tall. Full breath. And exhale. Bring everything down and bring your big toes to touch. Nice job. And settle back down so your hips come onto your heels. Stretch forward into a child's pose. You can wiggle from side to side. And we'll inhale, come back up, hands plant, we'll bring our knees in a little bit closer, curl our toes, and we'll press back for another downward facing dog. And again, take your time here. Begin to notice your heels dropping down a little bit deeper. The energy in your legs lifting your hips a little bit higher. Your shoulder blades sinking in, spreading out. And take your gaze forward and we'll walk forward or hop to the top of our mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Make sure you have blocks close by again. So I would maybe put one kind of in the middle, and we'll move one to the back side of your mat. From here, exhale, fold in, and we're going to step back with our left leg, and drop that left heel down, and we'll inhale, rising up to our warrior two. So really similar pose that we just had in gate pose, but we're upright. Right knee is over the right ankle. Make sure it's not too wobbly, nice and sturdy. Inhale, hands come long. Lifting through the torso. On your exhale, drop that left arm down. Bring the right arm all the way up. Maybe take it back over so it's resting close to your ear. And your gaze can go down or up. Inhale, come back to center. Drop your forearm to your thigh. Bring that left hand all the way up to the ceiling. And maybe take that over your ear. If you're feeling good and you want to come down to the floor, also an option. Inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg, bring our arms out. Make sure you have a block close behind your right calf. And we'll bring our arms up nice and tall. And as we exhale, drop that right hand down. Find your block. Lift that left arm up. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. So your arms are stretching away from each other, feet are stretching away from each other, and your whole core is keeping everything together. One more breath. Inhale, come on to center, nice job. Turn your toes so they're facing this long edge. Maybe have a block in front of you. Inhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and fold over. If you can reach that block behind you, maybe just send it to the other side. So we gotta repeat that. So find the block in front of you, wide leg fold. So again, pressing into that pinky toe edge, hips come up high. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. And place your hands on the ground or on your block and just use a little bit of a pressure. Press back, same motion. Your hips are pressing back. Inhale, rise. Click your heels in. Toes point out. Inhale, come up. Bring your hands to your thighs. Give a little wiggle if it feels good. Find a little bit of balance, move things around. Lift up to the torso. Goddess pose. Booty drops down. Legs are super strong. Full smile. Full breath. And inhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and press into your thighs. Let that right shoulder drop in. Little twist here. Inhale up, and exhale, left shoulder drops in. Inhale, come on back up, straighten those legs, nice job. And we're gonna take our warrior two to the left side. So bending through that left knee. Make your adjustments. Left toes towards the back of the mat. Right foot parallel to that short edge. Knees over your ankle. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Nice job. Full breath. Take your gaze over. On your next exhale, drop the right hand. Lift the left arm up nice and tall. And maybe take it over your ear. Inhale, come on back to center. Left forearm to left thigh. Right arm comes up. Maybe your left arm goes all the way down, up to you. Inhale, back to center. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Check your block. You can move around, grab your block if you need it, if it's not in the right spot. Inhale, tall, and as you exhale, start to tip your arms. Find your block. That left arm meets the block, right arm comes up. Maybe you don't even need a block. Maybe you come all the way down to the floor. Maybe your arm just hovers. Either way, keep the legs strong, keep the core engaged, and keep your breath soft. Last breath. Inhale, all the way upright. Turn the toes. Exhale, fold in. And just give a little press back through the inner thighs and the hips. Inhale, walk your hands closer and bring your heels in just a click. Lift up through the torso, hands come again to your thighs. Again, you can shift around. Maybe your booty sinks down a little bit further this time than last time. Maybe not. Full breath, and as you exhale, drop the left shoulder in. Inhale, come up. Exhale, right shoulder comes in. Inhale, come up. Straighten the legs. Nice job. Heel toe your feet to the center. Grab your blocks so they're close by. Make your way to a wall. We're going to move over to the wall and use that for some support. So we're going to move into wall dog first. So you want to just place your hands up on the wall and start to walk your feet back, still hip width apart, and walk your hands down with it. Keep your knees soft. Press your hands into the wall. Let your hips press back. We've been doing a whole bunch of that. Hips pressing back. The crown of your head's going to come forward. And start to inhale, walk your hands up. And you should be about a leg's length from the wall after doing that wall dog. We're going to get ourselves grounded, so grounding into that left foot first. Just come up onto your right toes. I don't know if this is the best camera angle, but I'll try to do my best to explain. And as we inhale, we're just going to start to lift through that right leg, finding our balance. We'll take a full breath in. And exhale, release it down. We'll do that again, but next time we're going to extend our leg so it meets the wall. So find that balance in the left foot. It's nice and strong. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Knee height, and then extend it so it meets the wall. Press the right foot in. Keep the knee soft. Use that to help you with your balance. Inhale, arms come up nice and tall. Exhale, left arm's going to come forward, right arm's going to come back. Nice little twist here. And inhale, back to center. Hands come to heart. Release your foot. Give a little wiggle to your legs. And we'll do that on the left side. So grounding in all four corners of your right foot. Fire up your right leg. Get it nice and strong so you're totally lifted up. From the ankle to the knee to the hips, all the way through the shoulders. And then come on to those left toes. Inhale, lift that left leg up a little bit. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift the left leg and extend it to the wall. Press into the heel, press the sole of the foot into the leg. Keep the knee soft. Inhale, rise the arms. Inhale deep, and as you exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Nice little twist. That wall is there, helping you stay up, but you're really doing all the work, so full breath. Inhale, arms come back all the way up, bring them to the heart center. Release your leg, and give it a wiggle. Nice job. We're going to come to the other wall. You can stand on whatever wall works for you. I need to switch my position. And we're gonna make our way to Ardha Chandrasana, but using the wall to help. So we did it in gate pose. We're gonna do it standing here. I like to hold my block in my hand. I feel like it's helpful. With the wall behind you, you're gonna start to bring your legs to a warrior two position. So this right knee is bent a little, left leg straight. I like to lift my arms up and have this block in my hand. You might not need a block, you might not need a wall. So this one's in your practice, go for it, rock on, and get to it. But I like to do it this way, lifting onto my back toes. So see, my heel comes up, arms are out, and I start to lift through the left leg, and I tip over, letting the block come down. Left leg comes up, press through the heel, and I inhale, lift that left arm all the way up. My hips, I can try to adjust them a little bit so I can feel them somewhat on the wall. My shoulders are really close to the wall, and that left leg is just hugging into it. Right leg is nice and strong. Full breath. One more. And last one. Inhale, start to press up. And come back upright. Fabulous job, everybody. Switch my hand, switch my legs. So again, bending into the front knee. In this case, it's my left knee. Coming onto the heel, or onto the toes, lifting the heel of my back leg. And I start to lift the right leg up a little as the torso teeters over. Hopefully you guys can still see me and I'm in the camera. Let the block drop, press through that heel. This leg is super engaged. Right leg that's down, nice bend in the knee. Inhale, lift that right arm up nice and tall. Feel the shoulders if you can, hit the wall. It's almost as if you're laying down, but everything's engaged. Separate your teeth. It's a super challenging pose. Take 2 more breaths here. Last one. And as you exhale, start to bend, lowering that leg. And fantastic. Bravo. Make your way down to your mat. And from here, we'll come on down onto our booties, feet in front of us. Make sure you have a block handy again. Both blocks, might need them, never know. Better be prepared. And we'll lower all the way down. And we'll bring our knees into our chest. And just a few circles. Clockwise. And then counterclockwise. Let the soles of your feet come to the mat. Make sure you have a block handy. Really press the feet into the earth. Similar to what you were feeling in those standing positions where your feet were really engaged. Create that same feeling. Block is handy. And as we inhale, we're going to lift up through the hips, coming into a supported bridge. So we'll slide your block just under your sacrum. And as you exhale, lower back down onto the block. If you land on the block and it doesn't feel great, inhale, lift it up, shift it around. Find the right spot that feels great for you today. And keep the arms stretched out nice and long next to your side body, almost as if you can grab your feet. Maybe place the palms of your hands so they're facing up and opening your shoulders and heart a little bit more.
You can close your eyes here and just take 3 deep rounds of breath. Still breathing in and out through your nose. On your next inhale, flip your palms over and lift your hips up. Block can move out of the way. And heel toe your feet again to that outer edge of the mat and let your knees come into the middle, just so they kind of squeeze together. Hands are again at your side. Full breath in and out. On your next inhale, go ahead and separate your knees and let them drop open to the left. So the legs are still bent, just finding a nice little twist here. Deep stretch through that front thigh and hip. Inhale, come back through center and take it to the right side. If you want to deepen this stretch, you can always pick up your bottom foot and place it on top of your top thigh. Gives it a little bit more stretch from the knee through that hip on the upper leg. Inhale, come on back to center. And if you have your blocks handy, you might need them, you might not. We'll go ahead and let our knees fall wide. So the soles of your feet this time come together, and your knees fall out to either side of your mat in Supta Baddha Konasana. If you want to place your blocks, if you have them, tuck them underneath your knees to give you a little bit more support. If you're feeling good, move the blocks out of the way. Maybe lift your arms up overhead and get cozy. Make adjustments whenever you need to in a class. Shift around. Find your space. Feel the earth under your feet, maybe under your knees or on the blocks, your hips and shoulders and the backs of your hand. You're totally supported here. Let your breath get softer and slower. If this position feels good, stay here as long as you like. If you prefer to stretch your legs out long, coming into a different Shavasana position, go for it. Maybe you want to do legs up the wall, scooting your booty all the way up there, getting those legs up, all great options. Spend as much time as you'd like, or as time allows, in your final resting pose of Shavasana. And I'll leave you with just some great words that I found and come back to quite often for myself and have shared with others. So hopefully you get a little bit of goodness out of this. It's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. This is my wish for you. Comfort on difficult days. Smiles when sadness intrudes. Rainbows to follow the clouds. Laughter to kiss your lips. Sunsets to warm your heart. Hugs when spirits sag. Beauty for your eyes to see. Friendships to brighten your being. Faith so that you can believe. Confidence for when you doubt.
courage to know yourself, patience to accept the truth, and love to complete your life. With lots of love and light and gratitude and support from our community to you, we say namaste. Thanks everybody.